In a small town by a fast-flowing river, there lived a young man named Ethan. While most people in the town were content with their simple lives, Ethan longed for something more: wealth, knowledge, and recognition. Driven by ambition, he tried many paths. He took up farming, but floods destroyed his crops. He opened a small shop, but the business failed. He sought advice from local merchants, but no one was willing to share their secrets. With each failure, Ethan grew more discouraged and began to doubt himself. One day, an elderly neighbor noticed the hopeless look in Ethan's eyes and said, "There's a wise teacher named Pastor Amos, who lives in a quiet place atop the hill. If you truly want to succeed, go see him." Without hesitation, Ethan journeyed through dense woods and across streams to find Pastor Amos. When they finally met, the old man asked, "Why have you come?" Ethan bowed respectfully and said, "I've tried everything but keep failing. Please show me the path to success." Pastor Amos nodded calmly and said, "Meet me at the river at dawn." The next morning, Ethan arrived as promised. Pastor Amos was meditating on a rock in the icy water and motioned for Ethan to come closer. As Ethan stepped near, the pastor suddenly pushed him into the river. At first, Ethan thought it was some strange ritual, but as the seconds passed, panic set in. He couldn't breathe. His heart pounded, and survival instincts kicked in. He struggled, trying to rise, but Pastor Amos held him underwater. Just as Ethan thought he was going to drown, the pastor released him. Gasping for air, shivering and terrified, Ethan shouted, "Why did you do that? I almost died." Still calm, Pastor Amos asked, "What did you want most when you were underwater?" Ethan, still catching his breath, replied, "Air, I just needed to breathe." The pastor smiled and said, "That's the secret to success. You must want it like you wanted that breath, not just wish for it, but need it like the air you breathe. Most people only want success, but very few hunger for it with all their being. That's why they fail." Stunned, Ethan realized the powerful truth. Success doesn't come from casual desire, but from a life-or-death kind of drive. From that day forward, he stopped fearing failure. Each failed harvest taught him new farming techniques. Each business setback revealed strategic mistakes. He became more determined, learned faster, and no longer let failure defeat him. The lesson by the river became a turning point, reminding him why he started. Years later, Ethan became a successful merchant, respected for his wisdom and generosity. When a young man once came to ask for his secret to success, Ethan simply smiled, looked toward the river, and said, "Come with me to the water." The story of Ethan and Pastor Amos isn't just a metaphor. It's a mental roadmap for anyone who truly wants to succeed. Through Ethan's journey, we see that failure doesn't define you. How you respond to it does. The lesson about the breath is a powerful reminder. Wanting success isn't enough. It must become a necessity, a drive as urgent as survival. When Ethan was held underwater, he wasn't thinking about money, fame, or recognition. All he could think about was breathing, an essential need. That experience is a powerful metaphor. If you want something great, you must crave it that deeply, as if life depends on it. Most people only want success. They dream of a better life, a brighter career, or validation from others. But wanting is passive. It's easily shaken by setbacks or impatience. Needing success, on the other hand, is active. It demands total commitment and unshakable resolve. When you need something like you need air, no obstacle can stop you. Not doubt, not fear, and certainly not failure. Take Elon Musk, for example. When SpaceX faced bankruptcy, he put all his personal wealth on the line, slept in the factory, and worked non-stop to keep it alive. That wasn't wanting success, it was needing it for survival. Or Oprah Winfrey, who rose from a childhood of hardship and trauma, and overcame countless obstacles to become one of the most influential media figures in the world. Their hunger wasn't a passing dream. It was a fire that couldn't be put out. Ethan's journey also reveals a deeper truth. Failure isn't the enemy, it's the teacher. Each flood taught him how to farm better. Each failed business helped him build sharper strategies. Failure, in this context, wasn't the end. It was the stepping stone to something greater. This mirrors the reality behind many of history's greatest success stories. Steve Jobs, after being ousted from Apple, the very company he co-founded, went through a deep personal crisis. But instead of giving up, he used that time to start Pixar, producing groundbreaking animated films, and eventually returned to Apple to lead it to unprecedented heights. Similarly, before becoming the author of Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling faced countless rejections from publishers, lived in poverty, and struggled with depression. But each failure helped her refine her story until it captured the hearts of readers around the world. Failure teaches us resilience, adaptability, and most importantly, reveals who we truly are. Ethan didn't succeed right away, but he learned to see failure as a stepping stone to growth. That's a lesson anyone can apply. Instead of fearing failure, embrace it as an essential part of the journey. Another powerful aspect of the story is the truth that the key to success doesn't lie in formulas or life hacks from others. It lies within. Ethan sought advice from the town's merchants, but no one could help him. Only when he faced the harsh lesson by the river did he uncover his own inner strength. Pastor Amos didn't hand him a step-by-step plan because he knew that only Ethan could discover his own path by tapping into the depth of his own desire. In today's world, we often search for answers outside ourselves, a self-help book, an online course, or guidance from successful people. But as Ethan learned, no one can hand you success. People like Nelson Mandela, who spent 27 years in prison to pursue a greater purpose in life, didn't do it by merely wanting something. They were driven by a burning need, a willpower that couldn't be shaken, just like Ethan's need for air. Now more than ever, the lesson of the breath matters. We live in a distracted age, social media, societal pressures, and the endless race for instant success. Everyone says they want to succeed, but few are willing to pay the price. Success doesn't come to those who sit and wait. It comes to those who move forward as if they have no other option. At work, if you dream of becoming an expert in your field, are you willing to read 50 books on the subject? To work in silence for 3 years without recognition? If the answer is yes, you're living out the spirit of the river lesson. In learning, there are no shortcuts. To master a new language, write well, or learn a new skill, you must be willing to repeat, make mistakes, and sometimes progress so slowly that it feels invisible. In personal development, reading or listening to podcasts won't change you unless you turn them into consistent action. And in relationships, whether love, family, or friendship, if you only want to invest but don't feel the need to nurture them, you're chasing short-term satisfaction, not deep connection. Think back to moments in your life when you truly needed something. Maybe it was passing an important exam, completing a project on time, or surviving a financial crisis. In those moments, you didn't sit around daydreaming. You acted. You stayed up all night studying, worked extra hours, and did whatever it took. That is the spirit of the breath. And if you apply it to every part of your life, nothing can hold you back. Ethan's story isn't just about a young man who overcame obstacles and found success. It's a reminder that each of us has our own river waiting. A moment, a challenge, or an experience that forces us to ask, what do I truly want? When you can answer that question with your mind, your heart, and your soul, just like Ethan did, you're no longer chasing success. You're becoming the kind of person who deserves it. Success isn't a fixed destination. It's an ongoing journey of learning, growth, and self-discovery. Every failure is a chance to get closer to your goal. Every challenge is an invitation to uncover your hidden strength. And every day is a new opportunity to live with a burning desire, as if success were your very breath. Find your river and let it teach you how to live, how to fight, and how to rise. I hope you found this video helpful. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to hit the like button. It might seem like a small thing, but because of how the YouTube algorithm works, videos with more likes tend to get shown to more people. So your like really helps this video reach others who might need it too. And if you find my content valuable, consider subscribing. It really helps more people discover it. Thanks for watching, and I wish you and your family good health and peace. See you in the next video.